Alright, new game. So here we go. A little bit of spoilers. We are going to be in Berlin. The year is 2054. The promise of opportunity and anonymity draws you to the free city of Berlin, the Flux State, a grand experiment in social order. Corporations tread carefully here. Even the great dragon Lofweir only has so much sway in the constantly evolving power structure of Berlin. The perfect place for savvy Shadowrunner to disappear and begin anew. If only it were that simple. So there you go. We're gonna go with normal because I am not that good. Applies to Dragonfall and user-created content you play. So we're gonna go with normal. So obviously we'll be starting out. We're gonna go with that. Troll. Street Samurai. Oh, sorry, this one. Where is... There we go. This is the one we went with before. Make ourselves exceptionally pale. The models are not super detailed because of how far you view them from, but... I might go with the ponytail. Yeah, I think we'll just go with the... Yeah, let's go with that one. Okay. Horns. Those. Okay, continue to stats. Okay, we got 7 karma. Strength. Gotta do that. And then I think here, okay, willpower 4. We might actually will go for this, because stride, I believe, it gives us the passive of movement. So we might grab some adept stuff. I don't know. Armor 1. What's our charisma at? Charisma. It's already at 1. We need 2 for the etiquette. Okay, we got thrust, which is helpful. Now there will be some changes, I believe, like this. Pierces up to 2 armor now. Minus 10 to hit, so they changed thrust. So we will see some differences. Throwing weapons, they added more throwing weapons, so the throwing weapons are in this one are not just grenades. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the volume. This game is insanely loud right now. There we go, much better. So throwing weapons are not just grenades in this one. Also, you might notice that you see rip armor. So again, this is going to have a lot more features to it. There's going to be a lot cooler stuff. Also, we'll get unarmed is going to have some cool stuff with some cyberware as well. We're going to see some cool cyberware. I'm very excited for this one. If you can't tell, I am elated to get into this one. All right, so we're going to hold on to our 1 karma for now. Actually, no. We're going to use it for the... Yeah, let's use it for the med kit so it heals us. Alright. Let's get our... Let's get it going. Alright. The Harfeld Manor Run. Life was good. Easy jobs, regular pay, a reliable crew. But things went south and you had to drop off the grid. Put a bullet in the past and start fresh somewhere new. The promise of opportunity and anonymity draws you to the free city of Berlin, the Flux State. Grand experiment and social order. Okay, we read all that. As luck would have it, home to your old partner in crime, Monica Schaefer. It's your third run with Monica and her team. An old castle, Holdfast, 1 hour east of Berlin. Perched on a hill overlooking the countryside. The job is standard smash and grab. Crack the vault, grab the data, get out in one piece. A mediocre payday. But work is work. As the team gathers for Monica's pre-run briefing, you pause to take in your surroundings. Alright. So this is our team. This is glory right here. State grows silent, save for the faint whistling of the wind. The team gathers in the side entrance of the old castle, Holdfast. Cloaked in darkness, the night is peaceful. You know it won't last. You know it for what it is, a pleasant illusion that will shatter at the sound of the first gunshot. This is Monica. Listen up, folks. Monica Schaefer, you ran with her back in the day. Watched her get her first data jack. Now she's your team leader and a Dreck-hot Decker to boot. We're on a tight timetable. We get to the state, find the basement, open the data vault, extract the files, and bolt. 10 minutes, top to bottom. Dietrich. Trying to get home in time for Worm Talk Glove. Dietrich, shaman, the old man of the team. He smiles at her, his facial tattoos writhing in the moonlight. Monica eyes twinkle with mischief. Maybe. How many times have I told you, you can't trust anything that comes out of a dragon's mouth. That trid trash will rot your brain. It's educational. Besides, this should be a milk run. By the way, if you don't know what a milk run is, that means it's a quick in and out, not a problem, should be easy payday. That's what a milk run is. Security is supposed to be light, few automatic weapons, no armor. With the little luck, they'll never know we're here. I'll watch your back all the same. Smiles. Monica's smile returns, more wistful this time. The moonlight catches her face at a strange angle, just like old times, eh? Milk Run, this is glory. This is my favorite character from this game and a lot of Shadowrun. Razor-clawed street samurai. Her voice is cold and neutral, her expression placid. They may only be private security, but their bullets don't know that. I can patch you up if I have to, but I'd rather not have to. You people need to relax. We're professionals, remember? Raises her arm and speaks into her wrist-mounted comlink. A darkened face shimmers on the view screen. Iger, are you in position? Comlink crackles in response comes low and soft, softer than you expect from a troll. Affirmative. The alarm lines have been cut. I have clear line of fire on the estate service entrance. When you exit the building, the path will be clear. Excellent. Thank you, Iger. Just doing my job. Iger out. Comlink goes dark. Monica winks at you. She drops her arm. See? We're professionals. Alright, people. Enough chatter. Client wants data from the vault, so we get him the data from the vault. Quiet, quiet, and quick. You said quick twice. Worm Talk is on tonight. Glory raising a night bow. Slightly. I told you. It's educational. Okay. Pick up. Get your gear from the van. Grab a weapon. There are a few spares to pull from. Machete. Grab the rest of your kit. Okay. Leave the van. Alright, we should be... Yep, there's our machete, there's our stuff. We're good to go. See, this game actually lets you choose your weapon at the beginning. You're not stuck using the pistol for the tutorial, which is kind of cool. Also, you're going to notice a lot more detailed. Like, already you can probably tell the difference in the style. So, because we're in Berlin, this is like a refitted castle. So you're going to notice some big differences in the style and more detail in the tile sets and stuff. in and out. Let's go. Enter the manor. I'm so excited. Let's go. Private museum. The owner's estate must have money to burn. Complete skeleton of a theropod dinosaur appears to be genuine. Inspect. Remarkably well preserved Slavic artifacts. Vase is both valuable. Scroll lapis and gold leaf. Can't help but notice it looks awfully flimsy. Walk away. Maybe I'll come for you later. I want a quick save here. I don't know. I don't know if this sets off an alarm. Okay, I guess I can't. Nope. You're now in turn-based combat mode. Okay, I already know how to play the game, thanks. Also, you notice the UI change? Look at this now. Completely different looking. You got more of your actions down here. You've got, you guys can't see it behind me, but there's a wheel. You got your weapons are over here now. It's a lot, it's a faded gray instead of like that blue. Very cool looking. I love the updated. In. Pull this. Alright, Glory is going to switch to her claws, which, by the way, if you've not seen, she has giant mechanical claw arms, hand razors, and that's what she does when she claws you. Intruders at my position. We're quick for the turn. Okay. She should be able to hack the terminal. Override matrix operation door lock. These are shaman. Up shotgun. Okay, pull you up. I don't know her stats. Oh yeah, she's got the pump. Again, you guys can't see. I might actually hold on. Let me move my camera real quick. Tag camera. Move me here for a second. So you can see this little icon here with a little person. That is cyberware, I believe. So we'll get cyberware that can do cool stuff. So she has an adrenal pump that gives her 1 AP for a round. So now we're gonna be able to get cyberware that's gonna accent things we can do per round. We're not gonna use that here though. I'm gonna go ahead. I didn't mean over there. Let's break line of sight. Here. What's up? Slash. P. Put you here. Get clawed. Of course, now she's bleeding. Go with full cover here. But she's going to attack the people that she can actually... She bled to death. Quick save. Select your decker. Alright, time to do some hacking. This is going to be the new hacking stuff. And see, you can also do summons in the hacking stuff, which is cool. So again, this might look familiar from the first game, but they have... They will have some updated stuff. The hacking gets really updated, I believe, when we get to Hong Kong. I will try to keep a Decker on our team so we can do more of this stuff. Antiquities, deliveries. And we want to take this stuff because this gives us cash on the side. So... Can't move the camera while the enemies are going. Okay, we're gonna need you. Hit this with haste. Okay. Get you some cover. Pump. Give you some cover. They're gonna shoot at me. Okay, that guy's going close. Okay, I'm gonna go for the mage. Mages are very good to take out early. They also don't have a lot of HP. Exactly what we want. We're gonna go 2 bullets this guy. That's good. Okay. Can she make it to this guy? She can't. I'm gonna go ahead and claw this guy. Bleeding is very helpful. I'm gonna go here to put him blocked from these two. This guy's gonna take shots at us. Also, you might notice their AI is doing something smarter in this one that they didn't do in the last one. They're moving away from our melee people instead of sticking close to them. Because we can do stuff like this. Here. Summon spirits. We don't really need to do that here, but And this is why AP management is going to be even more useful to us, because forcing them to move is going to mean they're using AP to maneuver and not to just fire on us. Harfield Manor Run. So far, so good. If you skirmish with the security, set off any alarms you don't hear. The Monica leads the rest of the team downward into the basement of Harfield Manor. Payday is waiting. Data vault lies ahead. That's a big freaking vault, Liebchen. Bigger than on the schematic. Schematic didn't have a date. Our client may have old intel. Still, our instructions were clear. Data we're looking for is just on the other side of this door. Quick jaunt on the Matrix, a little digital hand waving, and I'll have this thing open. Be right back. First, static crackles to the tiny speaker. Mona's still in position. Hold on, Monica. Who's in charge while you're jacked in? Rolls her eyes, fixes the stare intently. Glory looks cold and distant as she always does. We've been through this before, Iger. You're not in the KSK anymore, and the chain of command nonsense doesn't apply in the shadows. We don't need rules and regulations to guide us. Same principles that apply to the flux state. Please, spare me lecture. Your politics have nothing to do with this. Best get used to it, Iger, love. It's a simple question. Years of experience tell me that it needs an answer. Okay. So this is an important decision. We don't have decking, which... oh, we're gonna block the... Maybe I move to the other side. Maybe we go over here. No, because that's gonna... I don't know. I don't know where really good place for me. Problem is, I can't really resize my camera either. Maybe I go... We'll do this for now. Also, I'm gonna... Let me flip my camera. So now I can look like I'm actually looking at a screen. But if you have decking, you can actually try to crack the door. But this is an important decision, because this will come back in conversations later. We're gonna agree with Iger here. Stares at you for a moment, clearly irritated, and a twinkle appears in her eye again. Smiles at you and speaks into her comm-like. We'll do it to Iger's this way. While I'm jacked in, Master Games is in charge. Pause, and Iger's crackle quest. Did I hear you right? You're putting the rookie in command? Thought you were a pro. Questioning orders in front of the team is actually a pro move. Listen, Iger, you asked for a decision and you got one. This is ridiculous. I know that this is a joke to you, Monica, but I'm telling you. Iger. Tone is all business. Evidently she has heard enough. A decision made, you have your answer. Acknowledged. Sorry about that. Iger can be inflexible. Legacy of a long military career. She knows what she's doing. She means well. It's a legitimate concern. She hardly knows me. There's a thin line between concern and insubordination. Let me know if she crosses it. Enough chatter. Let's get this done. Towards the door, fingers poised and controls to a cyberdeck. Glances back at you with a grin. See you on the other side. Then she punches it, projecting her consciousness into the cyberspace, her fingers harmonizing with a smooth, rhythmic staccato. That's a word for you. That's the word of the day, staccato. That only an expert decker can achieve. Yep. Remember I said that decision is going to be important? Without warning, Monica's back arches violently and her head jerks back, silencing her terrible scream. Muscle spasms ripple through her face, her jaw snaps shut, sending a mist of blood spraying between her teeth. You look down at the numb pink flesh on the floor, the tip of her tongue. The room explodes into action. Glory leaps towards Monica, her head outstretched to yank the cord from her data jack. Dietrich surges forward to wrap his fallen Decker in a bear hug, holding her against convulsion to rack her brain. Monica's unearthly scream still ringing sharply in her head. You're only dimly aware of the door slamming shut behind you. Pull the data jack. Head steady, you snatch the cord that connects Monica's data jack. Without a moment's hesitation, you give a solid yank, comes free. The oily smoke traces from the data jack to the ceiling. Charred meat and ozone fill the air. The effects of biofeedback form nothing like this. Suddenly, Monica's eyes flutter open. Muscle tremors continue to distort her face. Blood oozes between her lips. You see the muscle in her jaw tensing, speak concentration. She's struggling to speak. See if we have biotech. See, this is another thing you might notice already. Gotta get used to pointing on the other side now. Already, we're starting to see, like, based on our decisions of our character creation, we're seeing more of these locked out decisions. So we're gonna get you out of here. Save your breath. She's had a stroke, a bad one. She'll be dead before we're even back to the van. Is there anything we can do to help her? I know what I'm going to do. Leans in close, his nose hovering inches away from Monica. His voice is soft, almost whisper. Big minutes, Diedrich. Tell me what did this to you. Painfully, Monica wrestles her jaw open, the blood welled in her mouth pouring out to a slick, covering her chest. She expels a thick guttural sound, might be a word. Satisfied, she closes her eyes and forces her mouth to make the shape she needs. Fear. With an effort, she opens her eyes again and meets yours. Pain in her gaze and something else. Hope. Frauschwing. I think it's like fear wing. A sudden spasm jerks Monica's head back again. She grunts, her chin drops to her chest, her head lolls to one side. Her eyes fix on an object in the next room. Computer terminal. Soft light cursor blinks to the recessed screen. She attempts to speak again, only sound emerges a long, strangled croak. Look of resignation washes over Monica's face, and she stops fighting. Gore slick jaw goes slack, and she dies. New objective. Keep the team alive. Okay. I need you to do that. Security guard, security. Okay, cool, he's dazed. Activate the terminal. Mask of Game, so you can see her talking. So this is a ghost in the machine kind of thing that I told you happens if the body dies. Sometimes the ghost gets trapped in there. Printing your name over and over again. You better get over here. That's it. We have to actually wait for our turn. Okay. Deal sword behind us. We find another way out of here. What are you doing? It's telling me something about this terminal. It must be important. Any ideas? Something tells me we're gonna have company soon. Stay frosty, Diedrich. Just give me a minute. Problem has been detected. The core component of NCPOS. Instead of DOS, it's POS. Factory settings. Okay, press the Y key. 0% complete. As you watch, the number slowly begins to climb. This is going to take a while. Glance down at the second screen to see the facility is on high alert. In place of a simple data vault, it seems you've stumbled upon some kind of massive underground complex. The map of the holdfast grounds indicates that security forces are en route from multiple angles. The doors currently being rebooted by the system restore process are flashing dull red. If you're reading the display correctly, the only exit from this room is old servants entrance on the western side of the building. What's going down there, Rookie? Talk to me. Monica's down. The vault was a setup. What? We couldn't save her. Now we have to get out of here. Look for the old servants' origin on the west of the main grounds. We'll rendezvous with you there. Silence is thick, but she finally responds. Roger that. That's out without another word. What's the play? Our escape route open in a minute. We have to hold tight till then. Say we kill. How's that sound? Monica found a way to open the doors, but it's going to take some time. Of course she did. Thanks to her, we might get out of here alive. Now let's find some cover and wait for the door locks to disarm. When the door locks disarm, we make a break for it. Until then, we make them pay for Monica. I'm good with that. Survive 10 turns. Okay. So they're not going to come from this direction, so that's why I'm moving everybody over to the side. Move you here. You can stay there. Wind Dancer. There we go. I think they came from over here. Oh no, they're down there. Okay. Put you over here. Okay, there they are. I was going to say, I think they come from these two directions first, and then a big guy comes through here. Okay, we got paramilitary guard. Okay, let's go for this guy. Go here. Take a shot at him. Yep. Yeah, this is the guy. This guy messes you up. The captain. There he is. Towards you is big, even for an orc. Majority of his body is sheathed in a suit of heavy, overlapping plates. You can see his face looks raw and slick, like scar tissue stretched tight over his skull. He wears an expression of supreme confidence. Alright, friends, playtime's over. All you Shadowrunners are the same. Skulking, sneaking. Steal a vase or two from the museum, no harm. Maybe I let you scamper away into the night. But now it's too late for that sort of generosity. Visitors aren't welcome down here. Drop your weapons and surrender. That's military-grade armor he's wearing. Hardened against small arms fire. We'll have a tough time getting through it. I'm less concerned about the armor than I am about that minigun. Those things tear a man in half. Got 3 seconds before I open the hose. Step out here and surrender. I promise I'll make that easy. Something tells me you're going to kill us either way. True, I can't deny it. It'd be easier if you didn't fight back. Orc shrugs, hears the distinctive whir of his Vindicator's motor spinning up. Barrels begin to blur as the wheel comes to face you. He can heal himself for that fire that he just took. I'm gonna have her take cover. Don't know if we can actually hit him. Heavy cover intervening, light cover intervening. Nice. Oh, I didn't mean to put him right there. That's fine. Let's see if we can do this. I think he's probably going to mess us up if we try, but... That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, I didn't think we could damage him. I was just checking. Okay. Technically, we can damage him with magic, because magic ignores armor. Like that. So let's just move everybody away from him. Let's give aim to the Wind Dancer. Oh, that's interesting. Oof. Oh, I can't throw the grenade. Is there a place I can throw it that won't hit the Wind Dancer? No. Doesn't look like it. Escaped. Okay, so he can see us over there. Wow, nice. Nice miss. Oh, we're all just missing today, huh? Okay, now we can escape. I don't think he can summon another spirit, can he? Oh, he can. I don't know if you can actually kill this guy. I'm very curious if you can. I'm gonna get away. Just in case you can't. Oh, spirit got away, I think. Okay, no, it looks like at a certain point he just... Okay, get Glory out of here. Nice shooting. Okay, I'm gonna attack this guy so he leaves Dietrich alone. As Dietrich tries to leave, because Dietrich's not as tanky as we are. Because we can just leave from here. Okay, he's gone. We're gone. Alright. I knew this was gonna happen. I freaking knew it. We talk about this later, but now we need to bug out. Tell me something I don't know. File in, people. We need to get back to Cruz Bazaar. We're gonna have a little talk. The Cruz Bazaar. Home to nearly 500,000 people, and until recently, Monica Schaefer. Once a melting pot of cultural diversity, it's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's also home to your own little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood the locals call the Cruz Bazaar. A safe port in the eye of the storm. The ride back to the Cruz Bazaar is quiet. No one's talking about mood. As one van veers past potholes and garbage piles, the glare of streetlights and neon signs play across the window, painting the world in a kaleidoscope of garish colors. Soon the van rounds the corner and skids to a halt in a narrow, crumbling alley. This is as far as Berlin's chaotic streets will take you. Your team wordlessly debarks the vehicle and climbs down a disused section of U-Bahn tunnel system, a well-kept secret, providing your team safe passage in the Cruz Bazaar. Your safe house waits on the other side. Let's get inside. Can't happen fast enough. The sooner we get in, the sooner I can get drunk. He says. Dietrich. Paul Amsel is probably not going to be happy with this. Step aside, the squalor of a disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord, part-time deal maker, part-time information broker, one of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Eager's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... Face has gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment. How did it happen? The ball system got her while she was jacked in. It was over in an instant. Seen Monica hit black ice before. This was something worse. Monica died of biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right. Thrust a glove finger, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. There we go. So this is... you weren't even in the room. Poke me again, I dare you. Nora, let it happen. She jacked in, she screamed, she seized. By the time I saw I was in trouble, it was already too late. So, these decisions actually do matter. So, like I said, every character in our group actually does have stories, and we'll build relationships with them that'll allow us to advance their stories. So, poke me again, I dare you. He cools his prize and breaks into a prayer again. You threaten me? Seriously? Take a swing, please. I love excuse to cave your face in. did well in there, Eager. You didn't see it, and I know you don't believe it, but they did, so do us a favor and shut it down. Shut it down, forget that. Turns to face Dietrich, towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that, but you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? She also was overconfident, treating the job like it was a game. Do that long enough, and you're gonna get burned. Turns to focus. If you'd been paying attention, you'd figured all of this out on your own. You'd known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Ager. Voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, fire in her eyes. How many seconds passed between Monica's first convulsion and her plug was pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? How dare you? You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your... That is enough. Amsel's voice comes out and a roar is smashed down on the desk. I agree, UMS Games can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he led us to believe, and I want to know why. Right? I'm right there with you. This is supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason we need to find him. We saw something back there, something we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume we're still in danger. Agreed. To neutralize that danger, we need to know who we're dealing with. Let's review the events that transpired. The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. That much is clear. This wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build, and time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. Else there was a fine. After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be head of security. That's not much to go on. Any details about this orc come to mind? Distinguishing figures that I could look into? He's an older guy for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts are from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I'll see what I can find out. Do you note anything during the run that may be of value? Monica lived long enough to say the name Frau Schwing. She fought hard to tell us. It must be important. Amsel is taken aback. Pause for a moment. The fire... Oh, that's what it is. It's fire wing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. That brings back many unpleasant memories. The fire wing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree. They have never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. You are far too young to remember her, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Frau Schwing is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures full of patience and guile. Fauerschwing? Fauerschwing? I'm going to have to look up how to say that correctly, because we're going to see that name a lot. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage and claimed tens of thousands of lives. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes, and by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, no end in sight. It was a horror that you could not begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Fire Wing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair, well, with the help of Luftwaffe, of course. But it was the experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell a hail of bullets from rocket fire and crashed down in the radioactive waste of the socks. That event was called the Dragonfall. Roll credits. Safe at last from the Dragon's Wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero, our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped him, a man. The Dragonfall was an important event as you make it out to be. I'm surprised I've never heard of it. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Iger. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror bewildered. And in 2021, a sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, it's a surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Fire Wing were forgotten dragons were yesterday's news. And again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of the Fire Wing, I'm just going to say Fire Wing because it's easier, is a bit of historical trivia and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Finally gives up. Any ideas as to why? Well, it makes sense to me that it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Fire Wing has been dead and gone for 42 years. There's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. I will look into this. I'll find an answer. In the meantime, if you turn anything else, that's all we got. It's not much. It is then I agree. A basement, middle-aged orc with skin grafts, a long-forgotten world event. Wait, we're still missing a thing. Who paid for this run? I do not know his exact identity. I did not set up the run. Monica did. I warned her. I told her not to take the job, but she assured me it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in F state political scene. I never much liked the man. I certainly never trusted him. Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state. Winters swore the data she was after was crucial in ensuring this future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. Sounds like Green Winters is our best lead then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. If he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. We need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There's a man here in the Cruise Bazaar, a Turk named Altug Barakazi. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Kresve? Man, this is going to be really hard getting through some of these. This man is a purveyor of information. I have done business with him from time to time. Do you think you would know something about Green Winters? When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winter ever since. As I said, I do not trust the man. For good reason, it would seem. For good reason, yeah. I'll tell him I sent you. Tell him I sent you. I will do dig information, sparse as it may be. There's Dante. Hello, Dante. This is our pupper. Towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps in around the corner. Dante. Monica's dog. An enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. Low whimper as he emerged from him, head hanging low. Oh, crap. Dante. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. Monica's dog, well up. He inhales and can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. Kept. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down at his huge brown eyes, the intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine. Grab Monica's soy jerky off the table and give him one. Takes the treat in his mouth, but it's clear there's no appetite for it, and the jerky drops to the floor. He leans into you and looks mournfully, pressing its ribs against your leg. If the dog is going with you. Well, perhaps part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you finished with Altug. With a little luck, you can help us locate Green Winters in the bottom of this. And now, I think we should all take a moment for Monica. Okay, let's talk to everybody, because this is going to be an important thing. Aging face traces the network of faint scars, legacy of many fights over the years. He retains a degree of strength and vigor. Despite all of this, there's still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises the bottle, offering it to you. Got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and a fallen comrade to drink to. Oh, this is interesting. I don't drink, but I'll join you in saluting her memory. Fair enough. Let me ask you a question. What made you choose Berlin? I had my reasons. Such as, come on, boss, trying to figure out who I'm working for here. Let's go with betrayal. I can handle all sorts of things. Betrayal always makes me see red. Know the feeling. I tried to make him answer for it, but he got away. Same circumstance, if he didn't do what he did, his family would have paid the price. He's a direct cut and run, huh? That's rough. So he got away. Who knows? Maybe you'll catch up to him someday. So after all this went down, he decided to bail and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? Wasn't much left for me in the Ruhrplex, and Monica made a hell of an offer. Ah, yes. Raises the bottle, closes his eyes. After a moment's pass, he returns attention. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, what was your relationship with Monica anyway? You two knew each other She's pretty coy about things. Putting in pretty dangerous personal territory there. Already sorry about that. Never much about boundaries. All the same, I'd like you to tell me. I always intended to get to know Monica better, but it's too late to ask her in person. I can respect that. We were very close. That's so? Learn something new every day. Anyways, good on both of you. She is a wonderful woman, and I hope your time together was happy. Anyway, taken enough of your time. The bottle's almost empty. Thank you for time to talk. It's worth. Hope you were here. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Okay. But again, these are going to be important conversations because as we build relationships with people and make certain conversational decisions, we'll open up stories. Side stories with these. Characters. And, something I can do for you, fearless leader. You're wrong about me, Tiger, and I intend to prove that to you. Stares you a moment and then looks away. Best of luck, Matt. Please leave me alone. As you wish. Okay. Glory. Glory is beautiful in a waifish sort of way. Or waifish? Is that waifish? I think it's supposed to be waifish. Her features are almost elvish in their delicacy, but there's something cold in her I find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Is rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware from head to toe. She looks composed more of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon. But Glory cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces, but this chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Shifts her gaze to you. Her expression is as cool and placid. How can I help you? Hey Glory, how are you holding up? Don't worry about me, I'm solid. You say you're good, I trust you. Explorer remains neutral, she grants you a barely perceptible nod. Any thoughts on what we should do next? Find our missing client, extract some answers. Beyond that, find another decker. Monica won't be easy to replace. Best start looking now. I have a question for you, of the personal kind. Not big on sharing for personal reasons, you understand, I'm sure. Of course, we all have our secrets. If you ever want to talk to me, I'm here. Yeah. So again, some of those decisions, like, we don't want to force her into a conversation, but we will get her story as things go on. We're going to bring Dante with us. I'm also going to do a save here after we check our karma. Alright. We're going to need to get close combat up. Additional weapon slot we're not going to need. Really, I do want to go ahead and grab the etiquette now. Let's grab... Let's grab security etiquette. Okay. Alright, now we get to explore this place. There are going to be a lot more side quests and stuff, too. Speaks chipped, heavily accented German. Data Haven, how can I help you with something? Need some tech, I'm on a tight schedule. What do you got? Okay, so this is where you're going to buy your cyber stuff, your drone stuff. We're going to be looking for... Stands you a troll, stretched to say he's standing at all. Great mass is barely held upright with two vintage. We did pick troll, right? We are a troll. Why are we so much smaller than everybody else? I guess it's because we picked troll female, but that's weird. Despite his disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you. Haven't been here long. Maybe the harmonica had some fresh meat in her stable. That's the games, by the way. Nice to meet you. Name's Oleski Lane. What's your place in the bazaar? No place, really. Just an old relic rustling away. Something you should know about Monica. Something happened to her on the run? I'm afraid so. Then there are already whispers. I had a feeling. Besides, Monica almost always comes around after run to check on everybody. She's overdue, and now you're here in her place. So she's either severely wounded or outright dead. Which is... We lost her. Grizzled Troll nods grimly. His servos prosthetics complain as he let loose a heavy sigh. That's a shame. She's a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'll leave you be. Samuel Blackbauer. Kindness in his eyes. Guten Tag, Sister Troll. There's something I can do for you. Couldn't help over your conversation. Take it that you're running a charity of some sort. It isn't much, but we do what we can. Such as, give me specifics. The past several years, I've established a shelter where the dispossessed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for people of the Caribbean. This is another mechanic. We can actually basically make the bazaar a better place. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start, Samuel. It'll be hard on yourself. There are limits of what even one man, even a determined man, can accomplish. It is true. Thankfully, some of the residents have helped over the years to come back around to help me. I've got 15 assorted orcs and trolls from around the bazaar working with me now. They help man with a soup line, stock library shelves, and do all of the hundreds of other things that the community organization needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals really proof that what we do here has value. They're an inspiration to continue forward. Memes of the god, her body language is clear she idolizes. Do you have any more questions? 15 assorted orc trolls. Does it mean other races aren't welcome within your organization? Let's take a rather narrow view of what we do. Yes, it is true my assistants are all members of the goblinoid race. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. It's not that because they were bad people. This is because of those goblinoid traits. They are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by the society that hates us. I only hire goblinoids because the mainstream human society created a need for me to hire only goblinoids. The orcs and trolls of the Caribbean Bazaar deserve a workplace where they were treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are available to all. We wouldn't turn a desperate person away regardless of person's meta type. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at door. Isn't that what's most important? If there were more places out there doing what you're doing, there'd be less need for people like me to run in the shadows. Offers you slight. It's gratifying to hear you said. I'm glad you're having a side. Is there anything else I can help you with? I'd like to talk about your organization. Are you accepting donations? Yes, of course. We're actually desperate for them, truth be told. Some people are more intent on taking care of themselves than they are providing for less fortunate. Of course, the concepts are not unrelated. As poverty increases, so does the crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. Shelter's basic needs. The walls of the shelter are not insulated. The blankets for 250. We can make the purchase. Space heaters. All right, I got you covered. It's incredibly generous. Thank you, Mindfrog. Rounden? I don't know what that means. No big deal. Do good with it. Donation, we reach our first goal. Thank you much for your kind assistance. With the contribution, we're stocking the shelter with blanket and heaters. Please do not downplay your contribution. We have shown kindness that at times few others will. This means something that means a great deal. Okay. I don't even know how much money we have. I just like helping people. How much money we got? $1,000. Okay. We help people where we can. Talk to Simi over here. Mother Superior says we're here for 7. Says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. 7 what? What do you care for? Captain's children. Mother Superior says there are 7. Says I am the governess to the children. You know, it's a chipjack poking out beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a BTL. By the way, if you weren't here for the beginning, BTL stands for Better Than Life. Better Than Life is a chip, basically, you stick a chip in and it takes you to a... It's basically a hallucination kind of thing, if you want to kind of associate it. That there, you see it right there. It's a virtual construct. That's how they're putting it. But it basically is like puts you in an imaginary world. I need money to get back to them. You know Monica? She's one of the sisters in the Abbey. No, wait. Hazel. She's good to me. She brings me food to eat and tea to drink. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Despite the woman's, she died. I'm sorry, she did. Grips the claw like hands tugging at her hair. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. Her body shudders and enlarges. She just sad smile. She will go to heaven, she told me. It is a place for good people, stubborn, stillborn babies and child pets. She was a good person. Mumbles to herself. Story sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is very well known and respected. Poor dear lost his life and his children. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Have you seen the captain? I think there's actually more to that story. I think she's actually giving us a hint of a side quest. Bizarre monument towers where you atop of the pedestal form of an angel synth. Outstretched wings look at over the park, but the material strange is uneven, giving the statue's cold Frankenstein-esque appearance. Appears as the wielder of the monument, a various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach a small grimy monitor on the base of the statue, flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen. Creator of this monument, what would you like to know? What is the statue's name? Tribute to Victory. Victory of Anarchy. Both citation and parody of the statue destroyed some 20 years ago. You remember in the history trids of Gold Dust. Installation history. Isn't it obvious? A monument to the hubris of the Prussian state gets blown to bits. Someone takes the bits and builds a monument to the hubris of anarchy. About the artist. Visionary Herbert Kunzel from Lindwormer. You might know me from, well, there's much to be known for, yet. Phone rings. Let's answer the phone, shall we? Old and obsolete, but it's ringing. Pick up the receiver. I can't even begin to... The contact for guys is no more. Let's listen to the follow-up contact. This is our secured line for the kids. Please listen to the follow instructions carefully for the supporter for the cause. Continue listening. We have phone booths at strategic locations throughout the city. With each one, you find a request posted specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify authenticity of information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it to the Matrix ourselves. It is a stated goal for information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information and return to this location. Keep an eye out. So again, you can already see that we've got a few side quests, like, spinning up here. That's the cyber clinic. Let's go see. I don't know if we have enough money for cyberware just yet. I think cyberware is pretty expensive. Mid-conversation, as it comes to a low, quiet one. Listen to his conversation. Fine, you make the doctor's end of the conversation. No. Price of quoting is more than fair. Well below market value, in fact. If you can't pay it, that's your problem. Yes, I know the price has gone up. This is a seller's market. Then you'll have to find money or go without. I'm sorry, I have to go. I have a patient. Welcome to the triage. Shake his hand. A pleasure. I need cyberware. Okay. We can get 6 HP. The thing we need is this. Okay, so it's 1500. Okay. So giving money to the needy has put us a little behind on cash, but they needed a bit more than we do. So we're gonna keep working with them. Zach Flash. Hello. Weathered and emaciated, has been stretched too tightly over his frame. Track marks line the crooks of his arms. Dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. Despite all of this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf is twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. Yep. Are you here for some magic? Okay, so he's our magic. So we're still looking for actual gear. Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in late 60s, burly, broad-chested despite his age, is deep and resonant. His breath is heavy with a stench of pipe tobacco. Okay, you're here to conduct some business. Okay, yeah, so he's who we're looking for. He's got some weapons. Let's see. Okay, we can pick up the katana, which wouldn't be bad. Or we could grab some armor. Fortunately, we don't have enough for both. I think we could probably... We need to figure out what our armor is. I think our armor is just 0, so I think armor is probably going to be beneficial for us to pick up. Because this is going to give us 5 HP, but it's also going to give us 4 armor. By the way, they also, again, remember I said they're going to add stuff? So if you're going unarmed, they actually added unarmed weapons. So now you can use an unarmed spike fist. But damage of your strength +1 may do AP damage on critical hits. So they actually have something really strong for unarmed fighting. I think we're going to pick up the armor. Our armor, I believe, is 0. Oh yeah, ours is 1, and that's going to give us... So I think that's what we're going to do. What can you tell me about your inventory? Okay, so let's grab this off of him. Confirm. Switch. So now we're going to have some armor. Because our weapon's not going to be, like, super important early on. Dancer's bag. Let's toss a 5. I'm gonna make sure people get paid around here. Okay. Palacemonger's shop? I don't know what that is. Hey, look who it is. Uh-oh. Got lost. Peering down at you, concern in his face. Welcome back, friend. My fault, my apologies. Sometimes when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. By the way, her name is Absinthe, if you didn't catch that. It's intentional, yes, but there's no harm done. You'll be fine. Half Dream. The owner of the establishment in my shop only the finest magic paraphernalia. So, this is where you can buy spells, other spells than the ones you get on the street. Let's talk to David. I recognize him as David, one of the street kids. I guess you place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult beneath the grime and out acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around on the runs, chasing your heels like a lost puppy. She's dead, isn't she? I'm sorry, kid. We all are. I want to be alone right now. Okay, I believe we've talked to everybody but at the cafe. So, alright, let's head into the cafe. Look the menu board real quick. This A special is caramel, soy calf. Fine day. Every day is a fine day. Backstory. Don't mind the fool interior. Roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. Following him only because he takes soy calf by the bucket. You're quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't mind, To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist you with attacks. Good luck. With luck, you'll be on your feet by nightfall. Enough of this insolent bickering. You've approached me for a reason. Tell me, what can Jen Goldschmidt do for you? Why do you put up with the insults? Don't you have any pride? Put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear Altug, who in turn hurls more insults. Thus the cycle continues. In 2 years now that been your customer. 2 years of soy calf and strained patience. I remain happy. Altug makes money, an ideal business relationship. That all sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Till next time. Okay, let's talk to our friend here. I'll fetch his water dispatch, coffee for our friend here. Paul Amsel sends his regards. His voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs more catering jobs seen in the future, I'm always happy to provide. Pleased to send business your way. I was hoping to discuss the details of Green Winter's order with me. Of course, it's too kind. Turns his head and calls to the back room. Kami, come. Young woman bustles to the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Spit something out in a rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. After chagrin, snaps her gum and hurries back into the room she came from. The girl Kami is arranging to make contact with a chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you'll be so kind as to run a small errand for me. I trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask. I would be most appreciative of you. Of course. It is no trouble at all. Lowers to nearly whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I've installed a number of data taps in the Berlin's fiber optic network as part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the bazaar. In order to maintain their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each tap and reset it. Simple enough. Yes, simple job. Time-consuming and a bit tedious, perhaps, but simple. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for the metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time you return, I should have information Amsel is requested. Alright. Reset data tap. Okay, so these are the boxes we're looking for. I think another one was up over there. I don't remember where the third one was. There it is. There's one here. The last one, I believe, is over here. Yep, there it is. Duct tape a homemade receiver in the system. Earplug dangles from the receiver. Put the ear plug in your ear. Machinery, difficult to hear the words spoken. After a moment, you can find two distinct voices. A nasally woman that sounds like a heavy smoker and a man who speaks a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard. Monica, need to verify. Good for us. Continue listening. Found a conveyor belt starting to add noise. Machinery can't make out anything else. Come stop a minute later. Think our next step. Wait. Isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. So motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. Bell rings loudly again and again. Sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic, and the ringing stops. Heard again in sing-song. Guten Tag, how may I help you? More business-like. I heard. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. What do you think I am, an idiot? Council needs to meet again. I know. Getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the cruise bazaar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah. I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes. You hear the sound of a door opening again. The cacophony of machinery fills the line. Can't make out anything more. That's, interesting. I don't think I did that on my first playthrough, to be honest. Honestly, I don't even remember any of this, so that's why I put first playthrough in the title. Because I don't remember talking to this guy at all. How can I serve you today? Would you like a cup of coffee? I finished with your little trifle. Assume you had no difficulties? One of the taps had been modified a bit, though. Someone was using it as a surveillance device. Of course they were. I'd be surprised if they weren't. This is Berlin, after all, in the flux. Give me just a second. Sorry, I was ordering dinner. Alright. Of course they were. In the flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how do you know who's in power? Who is to be next? If you are to stay here, you must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Taydemer always says. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. Wait, there's more. I listened to the tap and heard something. Might be important. He eyes you closely. Oh, tell me, a listener at keyholes. What did you hear in this fatal tap you found? Couldn't make out much. And there's a woman, a high-pitched man. Seems to be pleased Monaco is out of the picture. Face falls. News travels fast in Berlin. These two are known to me. Is there more? Woman got a call. She talked about a council meeting tonight, decided they should make a move, and then she drowned out by heavy machinery. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. I'm very interested in this, so let me know what happens. With that out of the way, let's return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and gum-chewing young woman comes out hurrying in the corner. The menu for her uncle hands you a folded piece of paper inside the memory stick. Send my consolations to him. Oh, the death of Fraulein Schaefer must have hit him hard. Gives Kami a small nod and hurries to the room. She's gone, returns to his attention. You express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica is an important part of this community. Few know how important. Memory stick Kami just handed you contain all the information her Amza requires her chef of the field. Should you require my service in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. Alright. Time to rock and roll. Okay, everybody's standing around. Can I talk to him again? Okay, no. We gotta talk to him. We're gonna do this here first. Let's see what this agent has to say. Command menu, scans it. Okay. Failed green lenders to a hotel in a cesspool called Dragonfall. Hotel is Das Kasselhaus. It's a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Dragonfall. It's where winters hold up there. Recently, there was some contention between two gangs over the control of the neighborhood. Due to gang violence, the agent refused to follow Winters inside the hotel. It heard that he is still inside. What are we waiting for? Gear up, people. We have a hotel to raid. Exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Iger. Raises the chair, drawing himself full height, even so his crane his neck to look at her in the eye. You're an excellent soldier. Nobody questions competence of the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe Mass Games is the right choice to lead the team. There's a long pause before Ager speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake the decision for reprimand. Monica considered your contribution to the team to become invaluable. We all know she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Speaks through clenched teeth, her words measured, her expression livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put a rookie in charge. Again. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Mass Games is the reason we're still alive, Iger. She kept us together. She let us out of there in one piece. Making her your #1 girl. Sounds tired, resigned, above all disappointed. This is more flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Iger's voice tightens. For a moment, control slips and her face contorts to greed. And look where that got her. Straightens to her full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter. The mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous politics have no place on a Shadowrun. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. I agree. The tone of resignation returns to her. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Mass Games, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. If you'd rather take the lead, I'll abide that. But I want to hear what each of us... I want to hear each of you say it. I have no quarrel with you, Edgar. I'll do as the group wishes. You stay out of this. Stabs the arm and finger in his chest hard. She raises her hand to you, Dante's ear lay back, and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. I think we will have heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Masquerade saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but she did. In a way, that means to follow her lead a while longer. I trust in Monica's judgment, therefore I trust in Masquerade's judgment. The discussion is finished. I agree. I'll take Monica's place as leader of this team. Whenever it heads, I'll do whatever it takes to keep this team in Monica's life. That includes taking your advice. Gives you a small nod. That's big of you. She looks at Dietrich, to Glory, to Amsel, finally down at Dante. She sighs. I don't agree with the decision, but I will respect it. As again, more decisively this time. Takes the lead. Conversation closed. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Indeed. I have transferred the information received from Altug to the computer terminal in the next room. check something. It used Monica's personal workstation. Now it's yours. Monica kept a variety of notes, dossiers on the machine. I would suggest reviewing your notes when you have the time. Good hunting. I eagerly await your return. I suggest driving the drone kip. The roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyways. Thanks for the tip, Iger. U-Bahn it is. Checking your equipment. Say, you now command a team of Shadowrunners. When traveling a new mission location, you'll be able to choose which members you bring. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll become automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid loss of firepower by always carrying some Bumona trauma kits out of the field. Purchase of the street dock. I'd like to ask you about another member of the team. I recommend you check on your mission computer. Any questions about the bazaar? Need to stock up for our next job. Okay, so he would have told us. Can we talk to people now? Okay, I think we have to wait till certain things, certain events happen before we can get more personal with people. Investigate your mission. Okay. Check your inbox for new messages. No unread messages. We'll have to check the inbox. Get used to it being over there. We'll have to check the inbox repeatedly because we'll get messages that are about runs and stuff. Read your old messages. Hello, Ace. If you're reading this, that means I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. How many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age? In the case, I think you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man. He knows how important it is to me to take my place. One last thing. Iger may cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's a fair bet that she already has. Just a reminder, she brings something to this team that no one else does. You'll want her on your side. My advice is this. Hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't butter her up with flattery. She'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason than because Monica said so. I have faith in you, Ace. It's up to you to justify that faith. Half turns away from the camera and then returns her attention to you. The image uncannily lifelike. Oh, and by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting your butt. I mean that. Jobs directory. View all pending and active jobs. Completed jobs. Nothing. Shadowland BBS. Search BBS for related words. Killer in Seattle. Here we go. This is a guy, Lone Star. Emerald City Ripper has been on a spree. No one has a clue. Pathetic. If anyone. Who said it's he? They don't have any leads. Who is Blutz? I think it's the name. Recovering logs. Trust my land, Trid. Server. Some kid got upset. His cartoon's getting canceled. Left a bunch of garbage files over the disk. Okay. Step up your security. Write some white ice programs if you can. At least the kid's hair strand at the end of the few hours if he tries to take it. Just make some ice. Make sure that your ice is quick. Heavy hitting ice is no good if you can't catch up with an intruder. In fact, it's always running. ACW, like clockwork. If you two are finished, I did have ice on the thing. Tracked the hole down. The grocery store across the street was piggybacking on my land. Sure, have a good rest of your day to catch you before you head off. Alright, take it easy, Leave. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. Should I secure jacks in the bathroom stall? Old as hell maintenance jack in a fuse box. My security ignored it. Mystery solved. Shadowland isn't your personal tech support boards, Lumens. Glad to see you fix your own problem. Only way you're gonna learn. Okay. Post data. Antiques delivery schedule. So this is how we get some money. So remember that thing that we got? Remember I said posting remained for active for 2 days. So now we can sell that. Team's personnel files on Amzel. Talented and well-connected fixer, contacts all over Berlin. He's more to me than that, of course, but he's neither here nor there. Dietrich. One of my dearest friends, a shaman of tremendous power, a good man to have on your side in a fight. I tend to use Dietrich in a support role. His magic can dramatically bolster the combat effectiveness of a frontliner like Eager or Glory, but when the chips are down, he's more capable of dishing out punishment on his own. Can't think of much else to say about Dietrich. Just a good, reliable guy. He's getting a little long in the tooth for a Shadowrunner. I'm not sure how many more years he has ahead of him in this game, but I'll be happy to run with him as long as he's able. We'll see, I suppose. Glory. Glory, our damaged enigma. I've known her for almost 5 years now, but I don't think I'll ever really know her. Somehow, I doubt anyone will. On an operation level, Glory's solid. The chrome of hers may be old, but it gets the job done. I've seen her take a troll apart with her hand razors, and when the adrenal pump is running, she moves faster than anyone I've seen. On top of that, Glory's a competent field medic. I don't know where she learned medicine, yet another question mark, but she's patched me up at least a few times. Between her skill with a medkit and Dietrich's magic, we haven't had much trouble with serious injuries. In our line of work, that's a luxury. It's really all I know about Glory. She keeps to herself, barely talks, spends most of her off time staring at nothing. We'll figure out what she's actually staring at as we learn her story. I've seen this kind of behavior before. Something bad happened in her past. Deep down, I think she's still running from it. And I'm sure her cyberware ties into that somehow. I don't know. Maybe someday she'll open up to me. I'd like to think that she will. We'll see, I suppose. I agree. What to say about her? She's smart, she's strong, and she's one hell of a soldier. In a close-up fight, I've seen her take apart an entire security system with her security team with her shotgun, and she's even more dangerous at range. A handy thing having her trained sniper on the team. All in all, we enjoy one hell of an advantage thanks to her. Fortunately, there's some disadvantages too. All the military training has left her, how you say it, rigid, I suppose. Unlike the other, Iger isn't content to go with the flow. She wants lists, maps, timetables. She wants a hierarchy, and she wants it formalized. I don't think she realizes it, but giving her what she wants would destroy this team. Glory and Dietrich wouldn't put up with it for more than a day or two. I know that I wouldn't. She keeps pushing all the same. One of these days, the situation is going to come to a head. I just hope that it doesn't happen soon. Uh-oh. Massey games by Secret Weapon. I've run enough Massey games to know that they're trustworthy and a good fight too. Beyond all of that, it's just good to see them again. There aren't many people left in the good old days. Far too few. Well, always the best of them. God, that was sappy. Mental note. Re-record this before they get a chance to see it. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that they'll be on hand to fill my shoes. If it's not what Ager would want, but it's what would be best for the team. There we go. Do we have any karma? No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Alrighty. Time to save. And save. Game saved, and then with that, we are going to call it a stream. So, thank you guys for joining me here today. I'm gonna go ahead and call it because my throat is getting, if you can't hear it in my voice, my throat is getting a little raw. We will be we'll be coming back to Shadowrun. It's a lot of reading, but I love Shadowrun. I'm very excited to get back into Dragonfall, because to be honest, I do not remember a lot of it, and I have not beaten it, so we will be playing this to completion. Again, I will be separating out the stream on YouTube, so you will see a video come up on YouTube. It will be just the Dragonfall section, and I will be shrinking the stream of the Shadowrun Returns to just the Return section. So if you see that on YouTube, that is what's going on with that. But that is what we'll be doing for those. As for tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friend's Favorite Friday, so we will be back with more Rayman 2. I don't know if we'll beat it. We're about, it looks like halfway. We have 2 of the 4 masks. but I'm guessing the game's going to get harder, so it might take us a little while. So I'm guessing we'll have at least one more stream, if not two more streams of Rayman 2 on the N64 tomorrow, and then when we beat that, of course, we'll spin the wheel and see what we have next. As for the games, if you want to see the list is right here. Obviously, Rayman 2 is still on the list, but once we beat that, we'll take it off. So after Rayman 2, we'll have 8 other games we'll be working our way through. Pokemon Snap and Ocarina of Time. I have played through, not on stream, but I have played and beaten before. All the rest of them will be first playthroughs, so that will be... Well, I've also played and beaten Day of Reckoning before, but it's been so long I don't remember anything. So we'll of course do that. But those will be the games we'll be playing through after we beat Rayman 2, obviously. Some will take longer than others, but they will be all on original hardware. Sunday, we will get... what we're going to do is we're probably going to try to set up a thing. We'll probably do a special game. Shouldn't take the whole stream, but we'll probably do a special game on Sunday to start out the stream, and then we'll get into the beginning of our Alice Madness Returns, because we did beat American McGee's Alice. So we'll start Alice Madness Returns on Sunday after potentially a special little game on the start. I just got to get some stuff set up for that. That shouldn't be too hard to set up. So look forward to that. Monday, there will not be a stream because I do have an appointment out of town. So I've got to, it's like a 2-hour drive there and back. And yeah, it's going to take the whole day for all of that stuff, unfortunately. So we won't have a stream on Monday. So we will be back Tuesday with Resident Evil 8. I don't know if we'll beat Resident Evil 8 on Tuesday. We've made some pretty good progress. We only have Heisenberg left of the families, and then of course Miranda. So I don't know if we'll beat it on Tuesday, but we'll definitely hopefully make some good progress on Tuesday for Resident Evil 8. Which means we'll be back to this potentially on Wednesday. So if you're enjoying our Shadowrun stuff, we'll be back to it on Wednesday. So that's what's coming up, and when it's coming up. Obviously, everything's scheduled to change depending on what's going on and all of that stuff. But I do appreciate all the support and everybody hanging out with us. I know this is a lot of reading. I also know that these games are not action-packed. That's why I'm trying to rotate them in with games that are a bit more action-packed. We have platformer. We got basically two different platformers going on. We got Resident Evil going on. So like hopefully there's something for everyone. Again, I love Shadowrun, but I do understand that like these types of games are very slow paced and slow burn. So they might not be everybody's cup of tea, but we'll get through them nonetheless. But yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna get out of here because I need to go get food and stuff, which has been ordered. So if you haven't already, please do hit the follow button. A follow is free, helps channel out tremendously. Also, if you're over there on YouTube, the subscription is also free and helps channel out tremendously. We do stream to both Twitch and YouTube. Also, feel free to share us out with your friends, your family, your Discord communities. We are family friendly here. Even when the game isn't, everyone is welcome as long as they are kind. That is it. That is the only prerequisite. Also, a follow and a subscription will let you know when we go live. We usually go live at 11 a.m. Central Time US. My schedule's been a little messed up since basically the end of last month. I'm trying to get back to a normal schedule. Things have just been off. So the best way to know when we go live, I've been trying to post on Twitter. So if you follow me there, I try to post when we go live, but a follow subscription will just let you know when we go live. That's the best way to know. But I'm trying to get within an hour or two of our normal start time. We would start. I will try to get back to our normal schedule whenever I can. I'm just dealing with a lot of stuff medically, so it's hard for me to hit that schedule. But I am still trying to at least stream our normal time, which is Sunday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time US. Again, if you're not sure what time that's for you locally, down in the panels there is a schedule. There's an extension, as well as the Twitch schedule should tell you when we go live for your time zone. It does the math so you don't have to. And finally, if you missed our playthrough of Shadowrun Returns, if you want to watch all of that, or any of the other stuff that we have played, the VODs are here on Twitch for 30 days and on YouTube for however long YouTube wants to keep them. You can find all of that there. If you're here on Twitch, the link to the YouTube is at the top of chat. So I do appreciate you checking all of that stuff. Been doing this for 4.5 years, so there's tons of content. Go enjoy all that content. I do appreciate it. Remember to take care of yourself mentally and physically. Both are very important. Remember to stay hydrated, especially when you're reading for 4 hours straight. And as always, remember, we can make the world a better place. And all you have to do is be kind. Let's find someone to raid. Also buy YouTube. Alright. Let's see. Who do we got?